So let's go to our home view now. I'm going to close the side panel here, quickly refresh just to get our UI up and running, right? So now we are going to create our view model. So let's initialize it. State object, private var view model is equals to home view model, and we initialize it. And also I'm going to have a state private var is showing is false. This variable we are going to use to display our detail view on top. So if we are showing our detail view, this will be Boolean and it will be true. Otherwise, by default, it's false. So we have our v stack and some padding. Let's get rid of it. In our body, we are going to do a z stack. In our z stack, I will create a navigation controller, navigation stack actually, navigation stack. Okay, I'm putting the navigation stack inside of our z stack, so it will be easier and more elegant way of showing our detail of any drink that we have selected. So in our navigation stack, we will have a list because we want to show a list of items. So here we want to group our drinks. So for now, let's just say that we want to see a list of view model.drinks, and we will get a drink in. And what we can do is say text, and we use our drink.name. So if I run actually, you don't even have to run with this new Xcode 14. Let me put some navigation title here. And this we are going to call our home. And let me also get some of emoji symbols. I will use a coffee. Okay, so you can see that in our home view right now. So why we don't see anything in our drinks? Because we haven't called our view model to fetch our drinks, our coffee or whatever the drink we have. So let's create a task here. And in this task, we are going to call our view model, and we will ask it to fetch our drinks. Now it should complain. If I do Command B, the reason it's complaining is that our let's go to our home view model here. We need to mark this function as sendable. So then it will stop complaining, and now we can Command P, and we'll call our fetch drinks function properly without any complaints. Otherwise, if you don't mark it as sendable, you have to do task and then view model dot fetch drinks, and then you do actually the function call, which is this is more elegant one line way. And yeah, let's see now that we have called our fetch drinks. You can see that we have our drinks here. We have 6 drinks as from our dummy data, but there is a problem that the drinks are not grouped in any way. So what we need to do to group them is to create a variable here, call this var categories, which is going to be a dictionary of string as the key and array of drink objects as the value. And we're going to create it dynamically, and we're going to initialize it. And let's initialize it by parentheses here. Okay, so we will say grouping and then the by. The grouping is going to be our view model dot drinks. So we want to group our drinks by some kind of element. Let me put this on a new line. So the grouping is going to be with the category. So we will say $0 dot category dot row value, because our category is actually conforming, it's a string, so this will be like a row value. It's like a hot, cold, or soft drink as a string. So this is our categories. So now instead of just getting the drinks, we can get the sorted drinks. So we will say categories dot keys, because initially in our list we are going to have each list will have its own section with the keys. How many keys we have here? We will have so many categories, okay? And each category, which the key is here, each category will have its array of drinks, so we can access that as well. So we get the keys, and I want to sort them. Just say sorted. And now we need to say what is the ID, because our categories are not identifiable. So we will say that the ID is going to be string.self. And now instead of drink, we are actually receiving the key, which is the category of our drink. So the grouping goes here. Now we get rid of this text. And first thing, we need to show our section for each category that we have. Then in our each section, we will put our array of the drinks. So I will create a section, and our section will have a header as well. Okay, so each section header will be a text of, we just pass the key that we have received here, and let's change the font and have something like subheadline, so it's a little bit bigger. And inside the section, what we need to have, now we can put the list of our drinks. So we say if let drinks is equal to category, then we access, because categories is a dictionary, we want to get the drinks for our key. So we'll pass our key here. So we see if we have drinks, then we will say for each drink, we will get drink in. And now we can put our text and call it drink.name. So let's restart our preview here. And now you will see, I don't know if you can see it better. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Now you can see that our drinks are actually grouped into each category. So we have cold, hot, and soft drinks. All right, so this took us a few lines of code, but everything looks much better right now.